Oh, wait, does this have a... Oh my gosh, it smells like grapes. That is awesome. It smells like grapes. That's great. Okay, so I'm noticing purple undertones just immediately. It has a purplish, look at that, deep hue. All right, Manic Panic, let's see what you got. Oh no. Dude, if this splatters like yogurt, we're gonna be very upset. Huh. Uh-huh. You tried. Ugh. Messy. Yeah, don't like that at all. Also, we can tell purple. Making a purple appearance. Yeah. I'm just gonna do that. Let's get in there. Yeah, it doesn't smell like grape. You don't get grape smells with Manic Panic. Alright, let's give her a flip. Definitely very easy to move around. That is noticeable. Which means that Arctic Fox was a bit on the thicker side. And if you're putting this in your hair at all, something to be wary about. You want something that moves through the hair a little easier than something that's thicker, where you're going to have problems with spots. Definitely don't want problems with spots. Spots are bad. And now we have Pravana. Vivid's black. Spreadability, very nice for Vivids. Oh, that's like a little slice of heaven right there. Yes, oh, big difference. Also, while it may look purple, it looks like a blue purple now. Loving that spreadability though. That is nice. Make sure it is good and saturated. Saturation is very important. Okay, so I moved the swatches over to the sink, and I wanted to have you all take a look at this. The Pravana Vivids and the Arctic Fox, you can tell the blue undertones beneath the purple. However, Manic Panic looks almost the same, just a straight purple. So let's see how this turns out. So here we are after our one-time wash. We're going to get very close up with this because the results are very shocking. Let's get in here with this light. Let's look at Manic Panic. Manic Panic was a massive disappointment. It's spotty, it's brown, it's darker towards the top, dark towards the ends. Look at that. That is not Raven. It's not a bad brown. Certainly not black at all. So spotty. That is just, I don't even know. I shook it up so that it would be mixed, but also keep in mind this was very thick. It was hard to spread, very spotty. Manic Panic is a no. Arctic Fox, Transylvania. Transylvania, it is not. Again, another brown, same color as Manic Panic actually. Less, I mean, it's still spotty, just not near as bad as Manic Panic, but still, it's spotty. And also, not black. Anyone wanting black certainly does not want brown. Pravana Vivids for the win. Amazing, look at that. It's like my glove. It's black like my soul. It's actually a soft black, which I really love. Very natural looking shine. If you remember, the spreadability on this was like a dream. So yeah, Pravana Vivids for the win, hands down. So let's do the fade test and see how these turn out. We're going to go in on the 3 washings, so let's do this. So this turned out very interesting. Pravana Vivids for sure changed their formula for the black since the last time I used it. Because the last time it actually had a very strong navy to it, and no longer. It is a soft black. Holy cow, I am actually amazed at how well this did. Manic Panic got a little bit lighter, so it's a bit less spotty. And then Arctic Fox, of course, did very well. If I had to rate these, because these two are still a bit of a brown, Vivid is holding on to that soft black, I would have to rate them as Pravana Vivid's black #1, because it maintains a black, which is fantastic. Arctic Fox is a bit of a level 2. It's a brown that almost looks black. It's soft. After the washings, the spottiness became more even. Manic Panic, a little bit lighter than Arctic Fox. The spottiness did go away. Let's use the light and get in a little bit closer. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to move it around. We've got DDL XL in this bowl. I've mixed it with 20 volume. I'm going to mix it with 20 volume. It's more like it. We're going to apply this mixture to all of the hairs. Mixed a little more developer than what they called for. It called for 1.5 ounces. I put in 2 ounces of 20 volume to make it a little easier to work with. It's all about spreadability, so going in on the Vivid. It wasn't too hard mixing DDL XL. It's got strong scent, but not too terrible. Like I can stand above and do this and be okay. While the swatches are processing, I wanted to talk about Malibu C. I have been the type of hairdresser that has always used powder lightener for my color corrections because it has been the only thing that is 100% consistent. Period. End of story. My time for color corrections is very expensive. And you need to watch out and look after your clients when it comes to charging for your time. Do unto others as you would want done unto yourself. Okay, so I take my clients' money very seriously. I take my time very seriously. I only just recently, like probably about a couple months ago, actually tested out Malibu C, and it blew me away. My absolute most favorite products would also include CPR. These are my favorites from Malibu C, period. Done and done. If you don't have these and you're doing color corrections, I don't know what you're using. I am very particular when it comes to consistency, when it comes to reliability, and when it comes to scent. If something stinks to high heaven, like sulfur-based products, I will not use them. Also because the client's hair will end up stinking and smelling, and who's paying big money for that? It wouldn't be me. So these straight across the board have completely blown my mind. Now, the biggest reason why I did not choose to use these before the DDL XL on my swatches was because we're testing out a theory. In real life, working on a real client, I will absolutely start with Undo Goo shampoo to open up that cuticle, get as much color out, open the hair up as much as I possibly can. Then I'm going to go in with my color disruptor to break that the color molecules up even more. And then I'm going to go in with my CPR DDL if I need to, and then finish up with if I need to use powder lightener, whatever the case may be. It is always going to go basically in this order. So I figured that was something I really needed to point out as I'm going through and using the Malibu C for these swatches in a very, very different way. That is not how I would handle a client. So just wanted to go over that real quick before we move on. All right, so we are going to open up Vivid. Oh, that's awesome. That is, what is that? Is that like a neon pink red? It's a very interesting color. That is definitely moving. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? That has not budged at all. Manic Panic has not budged. Oh my gosh. Let's check. Yep, no, Arctic Fox hasn't either. Holy cow, that is bad news bears. Right, so new direct dye theory, black to blonde, is Vivid only. We're back at the shampoo bowl. I already went through and did a shampoo. The Manic Panic and Arctic Fox are still pushing out color, so let's have a little bit of fun with this. Let's just let's use the Malibu C Undo Goo, and then follow that up with Color Disruptor and see where we can go from here, right? We are finally starting to get a divergence between Arctic Fox and Manic Panic. So as you can see, Pravana Vivid is definitely letting go. It's looking phenomenal. And again, this was black on top of blonde, and after only 3 washes. Not bad. Manic Panic, starting to get a little lighter. We're seeing some lightness in there. Some warmth. It's starting to break up. Arctic Fox, however, not so much. This is pretty amazing. It looks like it might be starting-ish, but honestly, not really. That is holding very strong. Removal, very difficult with Arctic Fox. Manic Panic, there's some slight hope there. Pravana Vivids, doing exactly what it is supposed to do, okay? That's what it's supposed to do. So we're going to go one more round with DDL, a little bit of heat, and then we're just going to end it there. The second DDL application is done. We are going to let this sit for another 30. The first application was about 30 minutes. I'm going to heat these up just mildly, and we'll see what we've got. So this is after our Undo Goo, Color Disruptor, more of the DDL XL, and obviously, as we can see, the Pravana Vivid has lifted very, very well. These two were in a race with each other, but overall they're basically the same, and they have remained almost consistently the same. There have been slight differences, but definitely they are very similar. Still spotty. There's still strange spots in there. This is even top to bottom. I might, because I feel compelled, go into these with powder lightener and just a powder and 20, see where I can go from here. This is the second Vivid application. This is going to go through 12 washes. And then we are going to strip all the color out of this one after those 12 washes and see what it looks like. This is our 12 wash black Pravana Vivid. You can see a little tinge of blue, but otherwise it is pretty solid. This is very different than how it was before. You can see there's this packaging and there is this packaging. I did a tester with this one. After 12 washes, it was like a deep navy blue. I used this one today, thank goodness. This is in their new packaging. And this is very clearly not entirely navy blue. So we are going to go ahead, use the Undo Goo, use the Color Disruptor, and then go in with the DDL XL, the Direct Dye Lifter Extra Lift, and see what we can accomplish with this. I've mixed my lightener. We are using Blonde Me Schwarzkopf Powder 9 with 20 volume. When this is mixed, it needs to have a look like this. If it is too stiff, it will dry out, it won't work. If it's too runny, it's just going to slide around everywhere. You don't want that. This is the perfect consistency. When you've been doing this for a long time, it is very easy to just make this happen. It's also different for every product line. Just lay some lightener down. There we go. This is very exciting. This is exactly what we're looking for. So this was the 12 wash swatch. I just went in and did 3 washes with Color Disruptor and Undo Goo on top of it. So we did 3 washes like that. And what we want this to look like is, first of all, we want to bring that blue out, which we did. And it needs to look almost like translucent, like it's see-through, which is fantastic. This is a great foundation for the Direct Dye Lifter with the extra lift. We are going to see if we can get this to blonde right now. Are the finale for the black direct dye swatches on blonde. These were the ones that were only washed 3 times for the fade test before we went in and lightened them up. Obviously, I don't need to tell you there's a huge difference between Pravana Vivid, Manic Panic, and Arctic Fox. It pays literally to use Pravana Vivid and Pravana Vivid only as a Beauty Pro product. The color difference alone during a color correction, this could be hundreds if not thousands of dollars more work for these two. So don't be short-sighted and use cheaper products. They're going to cost you so much more money during a correction. So this is very important going forward. Right now, I'm also currently working on the 12 wash Pravana Vivid Black. A recap on why you should use Pro. This is going to save you a lot of money. This is just even on a pro level of doing this. I can't imagine anyone trying this at home. Whenever you bring Manic Panic, Arctic Fox, whatever direct dyes into the salon, very hard to work around. This is going to cost you hundreds, in some cases thousands of dollars, depending on who you're going to go see. For me, this would be the difference between thousands of dollars right here, okay? It is worth it for you to use Pravana Vivids, even for Beauty Pros. I know Beauty Pros were all about Arctic Fox. Absolutely not. No. Pravana Vivids all the way. So this test is complete. We will now wait for the 12 wash Pravana Vivid Black Swatch and see what we've come up with on that one. Our recap, we started off with blonde hair. We colored it with black direct dye. We used Arctic Fox, Manic Panic, and Pravana Vivid. These were done on a 3 times wash and attempted to go from there. Obviously, professional color is where it's at. On the 12 wash, we got a lot further. So it's always recommended to strip it out after it has already been washed about 12 times, where it's faded enough that it'll be easier to work on and to get it lighter. So that's about it, and join me for the video where I do this on an entire mannequin head. That will be fun, and it will finish off the blonde to black to blonde direct dye new color theory with Pravana Vivids only.